Frisco bosses, oh so vicious, slick and mean and surreptitious.
Let's salute the captain. Captain Nemo. Aye, aye. Captain Nemo.
Oh, aye, 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 aye.
Captain Nemo.
Aye, aye. Captain Nemo. Aye, 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 aye.
Into the poison ivy patch.
You know, I have no idea. It's a mystery. We came here one time and it was here. There was also some objects that vaguely looked like it may have been a place of some sort of occult ceremonial worship, if you ask me, Joe. Well, anyway, I've written this song about a lot of these small towns are getting coffee shops, and us old boys, us old cowboys are having trouble with our women. I'm singing his song about it. Well, since she started hanging out in these downtown coffee shops, she wears black Dabney all the time. I reads poetry a lot. She thinks I should try to think different and to give my mind a boost. She gave me remembrances of things past to read by this guy I pronounce Proust. But I like reading paperbacks about that Edgar Casey. Hell, sometimes I'll even go for Madame Blavatsky or that Lost Continent of Atlanta stuff, you know. And then there's mysteries on TV. Art Bell on Sundays sometimes, Jack Van and me. Twin Peaks and the X-Files, they're the shows I like to see. Well, I took her to a drive-in show on the other side of town. But when she pushed my hands away, I felt just like a clown. Of these pop double features now, she says she's had enough. From here on in, she'll only watch that fancy foreign stuff. But them old-time singing cowboys, I think they're real cool stuff. When Peckinpah made westerns, man, he made 'em mighty rough. James Gardner there on Maverick, well, he'd always call their bluff. Men to match my mountains, that's a book that's double tough. Them old true western magazines, I just can't get enough.
Hey, Bob, where do you read 'em?
Besides, they're always handy for reading on the bus. Most fair, but I think she listens too much to them guys that do her hair. At these hardcore joints, it's now she hangs around with black leather and spikes on there. She sashays all around. The way Hank Williams sang his song so sad and blue, I sure dig that Graham Parsons, but his ears are way too few. Them California hillbillies, they sang it straight and true. Haggard Owens, Rosemad, Untold Tommy Collins too. That Texan Kinky Friedman's one country singing Jew.
Ah, beautiful. That flapping cabin. Make a big mug to go, taking the...
Yeah, big mug.
Well, go ahead and make some more. I don't even make coffee with these machines, believe it or not. I don't know how to do it.
Well, let me show you.
This is a first.
Yeah, that's kind of a sad thing. It's a windy day. Okay, when I was working up in Wyoming, several times I heard on the radio, this was back in the 70s, when I don't think this happened that much, that women had killed their husbands at trailer parks. So Mike Kirkland and I wrote the song about a trailer park tragedy. Boomtown Trailer Park. How to tune. Started yelling that he'd been having headaches all day, and when she heard that Elroy had just blown his pay, she just couldn't take it. Now she thinks it's worse than death, with his brutal sex and that whiskey on his breath. She just couldn't fake it. Well, it's been 7 years, but she's breaking a habit. If this is love, you can have it. She couldn't take it anymore. Started using his fist. She knew this time she had to resist. It was wrong. She couldn't take it anymore. Finally she made a lunge. She grabbed one of his prize handguns, brought him down with a smoking 44. Well, it's been 7 years, but she's breaking the habit. If this is love, you can have it. She told the judge it's not the way that she planned it. She couldn't take it anymore. saying.
Bob, tell me what it's about, man.
Okay, well, this is a song about the Donner Party. But when Mike and I wrote it, we decided not to do a descriptive ballad with gory details, but rather an imagery
Uh-oh.
with one perspective.
Why is the tape flashing on and off?
The tape?
Yeah,
Let's see.
tape symbol.
The moon is bright, the wind is cold. Now go to sleep, my baby. In dreams you are all safe and warm. A healthy, happy baby. The road is so long and it's covered with snow. No place to go. Well, the moon is bright, the wind is cold. Now go to sleep, my baby. In dreams you are all safe and warm. A happy, healthy baby. This bone-chilling breeze caused my baby to weep beautiful eyes. Oh, how are we to know when we started on our way? We'd be caught in an early snow. Fall into your dreams and gently drift away. With you, my love will stay. The moon is bright, the wind is cold. Now go to sleep, my baby. In dreams you are all safe and warm. A healthy, happy baby. Your brother, he lay in a deep snowy grave not far away. And I thought I should see if I could get along with these little wasps or yellow jackets or whatever, and so I've kind of ignored them, and we've gotten along just fine, believe it or not. And here I'm coming in and out of here all day long. But it's kind of fun having your pet hornets. Okay, sometimes as I walk around Clearfield, I get old barbed wire. I find pieces of barbed wire and I always drag it home to put in later art projects or boxes that I make using Deseret alphabet motifs. But we're in Clearfield, Utah, which is close to Ogden, which is close to Salt Lake City, which is close to Park City, where they have the Sundance Festival. And here's my little pad, and I'm in my little art show. These are some of the things I've done working with Steve Kirkland, who taught me how to do pottery. And some of these things he threw for me, the more orthodox forms, and the other things I formed by hand. But on all of them, I used the Deseret motif alphabet.
Your way.
I used the motif of the Deseret alphabet, which is a phonetic alphabet that early Mormon pioneers tried to get together. But actually it fell on its face and they just abandoned it. And so I use it just because it's kind of local and kind of neat.
These jugs.
These are raised characters. They usually just say something simple like Deseret, Deseret ashtray, Deseret head jug, etc. Maybe I can show the book. A little bit of it.
Oh yes. Oh,
Don't worry.
that just spilled. Getting these ashtrays down here.
These, maybe you can see these better. Deseret primer from 1868, where they tried to disseminate this alphabet through the territory and get people to use it. And many pioneers actually did do their journals in the Deseret alphabet, and they did publish articles in the Deseret News in Deseret alphabet. It was finally abandoned. It was in one case where the Mormons just simply said no to their leaders and just flat wouldn't do it. And so it was finally abandoned and just dropped. One of the Mormon scriptures, the Doctrine and Covenants, is, to me, is kind of funny in that it says you can't drink wine except by your own making. And so here he is, kind of a Mormon, obeying the word of wisdom and drinking wine by his own making. Because supposedly if you make it yourself, it's okay. Here's one dedicated to the exotic dancers at the lighthouse. Just an easygoing little open, no charge at the door stripper place where I sometimes have a beer while waiting for a bus in Ogden.
What does it say? What does
Oh, I don't say it. It says this is the Deseret exotic dancer wood carving. I talk about I hang around Ogden and occasionally go into Lighthouse and I see these girls. They really give us a show. They try hard, you know, things like that. Just kind of silly stuff. I would rather go to hell on my own than be led to heaven by a tyrant. That's my own quote, Bob Moss. And that's too hard. It's just goofy stuff. Here's some wall hangings I do. There's a group of them. As you can see, one of my favorite techniques is marbling clay. You can't buy it this way, you have to make it. Here's some thicker marbling that came out well, and here's some very fine marbling that came out well.
How do you create it? Do you slap?
Just have to do a lot of hand work and
Using
mold them together.
different colored clays.
Different colored clays with the same shrinkage rates.
So these would be for flowers or pens?
Flowers or pens or whatever. Some of them can hold water and a few of them can't. So you could put fresh flowers in there, but the others would be good for dry flower arrangements. Like here's an arty one with the dry flower arrangement, for example. An arty little thing. These are more flower hangings or things for flowers or pens by the phone. Here's an exotic pipe. And I made it so it's deliberately unusable, ladies and gentlemen. A teenager can't use this, but it has but it's impossible to clean. Let me show you some other pipes.
All right.
Here are a couple of pipes that have Deseret writing on it. Whoops. This is kind of a set that go together. And let me show you another little set. They're combination pipe ashtrays, doodad trays. Even though they're not really usable pipes, they're just... Here's one last interesting one. And this is for someone who prefers folk and jazz. Sweet music. This and just plain old English. Double-decker ashtrays. But these items are my own creation that I, as far as I know of, cigar holder ashtrays. You see the cigar holder is placed in the slit here that holds a large cigar. Plenty of room for ash. I have them of all different sizes right along here.
What does the writing say in that one?
That says ashtray. This one says be moderate. You know, smoke your cigar, but be moderate. That says ashtray. This one's a rather egotistical one. This one just says I. Here's one that says I and you. So if it's for intimate conversations with a friend.
And that's in the Deseret script.
The Deseret script.
And you, yeah.
Okay.
There are many more works. So many. Look how much stuff is here. What's that train?
There's lots of trains around here.
Oh, these are Judd.
These are my teacher, Steve Kirkland's. He's the person that guided me.
Clowns. A two-headed jug. Look at that. That's a beautiful one.
This is sort of a...
This is one of my favorites. That's the one that should have been a teapot. Wow.
Of course, all these have Deseret on the back. This says, I'm a Mormon hippie.
Oh, wow.
Let's see what this one says. This one says, Deseret candle holder. It's just a complicated thing I did for some cockamamie reason. Just, what does it say? The Friends of Wellers.
It's very nice. I feel underdressed, I gotta admit.
Well, maybe I'm not dressed up enough, but at least I wore a silk shirt. Not too slavish.
Weller's Bookstore in Salt Lake City, and it's their 75th anniversary, and you two guys are gonna rock the house momentarily. Get these people gyrating their hips in a suggestive manner. Right?
This is an old and established bookstore in Salt Lake. And there's the old patron. He didn't start it though. His grandfather started it. Sam Weller.
Me?
There's some cute girls in there. Probably easy to boyfriends and girlfriends. We're at Weller's Bookstore. We're going to sing Joe and I are going to sing a few commercials that we composed for the Weller's Bookstore. We're right here by the metaphysics section. What kind of man reads metaphysics?
I don't
Check
know.
this guy
Sir,
out.
can we
Classy
shoot your face, sir? Do you have your permission to put the camera on it?
What kind
You
of
look like a metaphysical man.
What kind of man reads metaphysics at Weller's? Pretty sharp characters like this
Yeah.
sharp gentleman.
Absolutely.
If you guys say so.
Yeah.
Now, what sort of things along those lines are interesting to Al? I mean, Aleister Crowley, or what? Where are we going?
The mix between the physical reality and the spiritual through technology.
He's told you what it is.
Excellent.
Just overwhelming, these cult titles.
Everybody's real worried about the loudness and stuff.
I gotta grab get the guitar ready to hum.
Okay. Okay, Bob, break a leg.
Sure didn't tune that very good. Are you on G?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay, hold on. We have some special Weller tunes, and we have Bob
E minor, try E minor.
Moss and Joe Judd,
All right.
who are going to do these for us. So you guys, it's all yours.
Where you go in the USA, the malls are all the same. Techno, corn, pone, fashion, clones, identical, boring chains. I wondered, could there be a place where some